Hi friends, and welcome back to Lunchtime Devotionals with CCF. I hope this time is leaving you feeling challenged and encouraged. Um, I know it is for me. I like coming on every day and seeing my fellow staff members and engaging with what they have to say about the Bible. It's pretty cool. So this week we're talking about and discussing faith, which is believing in what you cannot see. And for today, my passage is Mark 11. I love this passage, so to give you a little context, Jesus is walking along and gets hungry and looks at this fig tree which has no fruit on it, and he gets mad and he curses the tree, and then the next day the disciples walk by and they say, "Whoa, Jesus, the tree is all shriveled up," and it blows their minds, and it's kind of a hilarious situation. And Jesus, who is eternally patient with them, instead of scolding them per se, takes this as a teachable moment and replies to them this, which is our passage in Mark 11:22 through 24. It says, "Have faith in God," Jesus answered. "Truly I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Go, throw yourself into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart, but believes what they say will happen, it will be done for them. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." So basically, Jesus is saying, guys, if you have faith, especially in God's power, and amazing things can happen. Now, Jesus, when he's talking with the disciples, often uses hyperbole to make his points. Sometimes, like we do nowadays, he likes to razz his disciples a little bit to help them to understand what he's getting at. And basically, Jesus says that if you have enough faith, guys, you can move mountains. He doesn't actually mean that the disciples should go around being like, "Oh, mountain, you move. Oh, mountain, you move. Like, cool thing that we just did." Actually, this would have made a lot of sense to the disciples because at this time, just outside of Jerusalem, about 5 or 6 miles, Herod, who is king in Jerusalem, is building an amazing palace to himself called the Herodium. And Herod, to make sure that it was on the highest point where he could look out on everything, found a spot with 2 hills. And what he did was he told all the workers, "You go and you take all of the dirt from this one hill and you put it on this other hill, which is as close to the mountains as they would get where they're living, and make it into a giant mountain, and then we'll build my palace there, and it'll bring a lot of glory to me." I can't imagine the amount of work it would take to move the dirt from one mountain to another, let alone to have to do that by hand without major machinery like they have nowadays. I bet you guys probably can't either. And Jesus says, a lot of times you guys think it's by your own works, your faith in yourself, that amazing things are happening. But Jesus says, really, it's because of your relationship with God that amazing things happen. You don't have to put all the power on yourself to make these things happen. Trust in God. Pray to him, and he will do the heavy lifting. And during this time of quarantine, maybe you feel like there's a mountain that you can't overcome currently on your own. I know I have several in my life. Go to God in prayer and believe that he will bring you through it. When you pray, make sure that you're praying with faith. Do you really believe that God is all powerful, that he will answer your prayers? In this verse, in verse 24, it says, "Pray with expectation." It says, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you pray, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." We need to pray with the expectation that God is going to come through, and God is going to answer, and God is going to help us deal with these mountains in our lives. And I encourage you to keep a list of what God has done, of all the ways he's come through, doing powerful things. So when you feel like you're coming up against a new big mountain, you can leaf back in your notebook or your journal and see how God was faithful, see how God has overcome mountains in the past, so that you can be sure that God will overcome the mountains of the future. So I hope you guys have a good day. Go ahead and meditate on some of these questions, respond in the comments. If there is a mountain that you feel like you can't overcome, we as a staff would like to pray for you. Join us tomorrow for another video with Roger. Thanks.